Hi, I'm David Kelly at FlexManage, and I'm here today to talk to you about an Azure Fast Start SQL in Azure. An Azure Fast Start is a structured, interactive workshop designed by FlexManage to get you quickly up and running in Azure. An Azure Fast Start will aid you in 5 different areas. You will get knowledge and understanding of Azure, access to a dedicated subject matter expert, an accelerated deployment of an Azure workload, hands-on experience in Azure, and a proof of concept running within your own subscription. So quickly, what is Azure? Azure is Microsoft's intelligent cloud designed to extend your data center with the full capabilities of the internet. Azure is global, with 30 data centers available in all major regions. The Azure Intelligent Cloud has capabilities to extend your needs. The first main ability is to be able to turn resources on and off to meet your own demand, saving you money. The second is the cloud's ability to grow when you need it to, with virtually unlimited machines at your disposal. This allows you to ramp up when you have unpredictable demand, or schedule your demand up and down to meet your needs. The cloud has 3 different models to help you extend your data center. The first is infrastructure as a service, which allows you to host your machines in the cloud. The second is called platform as a service, where you retool your applications to use the cloud capabilities. The third is called software as a service, where you use Azure's built-in capabilities to extend your data center without you having to deploy or manage anything. I'm going to explain these models using pizza as an analogy. The first is pizza you make at home. This is similar to having your own data center, where you deploy and manage everything. For pizza, this would be getting the pizza pan, the sauce, and the toppings, cooking it, and delivering it to a table to be consumed. In the second model, we call the take and bake model. This is where a vendor has put the pizza together for you, whereas you bring it home, cook it, and eat it. The third is delivery pizza, where the vendor makes the pizza for you, cooks it, and delivers it to you to your home to eat. The fourth is a restaurant, where everything is done for you. These are very similar to our cloud models. In the you make at home model, this is similar to you having your own data center where you manage everything. In the take and bake pizza model, this is similar to infrastructure as a service, where the vendor manages the network, storage, and servers for you, and you manage everything above that. In a platform as a service, the vendor manages everything below the application, which is very similar to delivery pizza, where the pizza is made and cooked and delivered to your home. Going to a restaurant is similar to the software as a service model, where everything is done for you. Now we will apply that to SQL running in Azure. There are 2 ways we can run SQL in Azure. The first is infrastructure as a service, where you run your own virtual machines and install SQL Server. The second is called SQL Database, which is a platform as a service where Microsoft runs the platform for you and you run the databases. In this Azure Fast Start, we'll give you a number of different pieces for you to learn how to run SQL in Azure. First thing we'll do is give you an overview of the newest versions of SQL Server. The second will be education about SQL Server running as infrastructure as a service, compared with Azure SQL databases running as a platform as a service. Next is education, planning, and guidance, and hands-on assistance in selecting which version of SQL you want to try. Next up is guidance on best practices and how to set up SQL. The next step will be planning and configuration of SQL in your instance. The last piece will be planning and guidance on how to use Azure for disaster recovery of your SQL. Your Azure SQL workshop will include a number of different items to get you started. The first is a pre-engagement scoping call. Next will be 4 days with an Azure SQL expert to set up your instance. The third will be the actual onboard accelerator for the version of SQL you choose, whether that's SQL Server running as IaaS or Azure SQL Database running as PaaS. The last piece will be educational services. You will also get a number of deliverables with your Azure Fast Start. First, we will set up a VPN between your environment and Azure. We'll set up Azure to run your SQL instance. We'll do a proof of concept with you running your data in Azure. Lastly, you'll get an Azure consumption plan to help you with future road mapping and planning efforts. I'm David Kelly from FlexManage. Thank you for attending my Azure Fast Start SQL in Azure. I can be reached at dkelly@flexmanage.com.